Muy bien, es hora de continuar con Ice Combat 7. Ok, está en modo difícil, está perfecto. Antes de continuar con las misiones, quiero ver las opciones gráficas. No, la tienda de Steam no la quiero abrir. Bueno, ya se abrió. Está lo chico. Controles gráficos. Porque no me acuerdo qué gráficos tiene. Efectos avanzados. Está todo en alto. Está bien. Dice que todo en alto. Vamos a dejarlo a 90 FPS. Muy bien. Es hora de continuar con la siguiente misión. Y también vamos a subir las misiones
As of
especiales.
1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone.
As of 1 p.m. today,
The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Ocean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking. Tragic.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Muy bien. Me gusta la historia del juego. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Usian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Usia. A combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Bien. ¿Qué bien podemos probar ahora? F18. Vamos a probar un A10. Me voy a quedar con esta arma, ok. Vamos a ver si tenemos alguna pintura que se vea más o menos. Está padre esta, pero no me convence para esta misión. Destroyer. Vamos a quedarnos con este. Y a despegar.
squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Vamos a probar este bien. No, la verdad no lo había probado. Por lo visto tiene bastante munición en la ametralladora.
But HQ has made it clear that
Pero
no
sí la
harm
de
should come to
gastar.
civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
¿Qué alcance tendrán estas cosas?
arguing. That's how war is these days. Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close. Yep.
Casi 3 kilómetros y medio. Ah, está bien.
Page 2, walking. It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun. Target destroyed. 5 to
¿Qué
go.
eres un helicóptero?
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
Tener un poquito más de altura.
Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility. Target down. Placement position. Move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now. Shit. Where are the damn interceptors? Fox 2. Target destroyed. Free to go. Continue to engage at your discretion.
Hay mods también para este juego, pero
Enemy interceptors
pues
inbound.
también
Prepare to engage in 30
bien
seconds.
complicaditos. Hay uno que aumenta la precisión de las ametralladoras de los
Okay, recruits. Pay attention to
vehículos
who's on what side. The newest
enemigos y
ISS
aparte
connected to our entire force via
¿no?
satellites. It's reliable, so trust
Y
your
aparte
radar.
aumenta la saturación de la munición enemiga.
Two targets remaining. Radar was just about to go online.
Aumenta la visibilidad.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
Ve.
Enemy behind you.
Locked. It's chow time.
Esos son casas lo pienso aquí, en los combat actuales el modo difícil ya no está tan difícil. Por ejemplo, aquí te baja, no te baja tanta vida. Ese cabrón. Ese es un avión especial.
Wait, they're being launched. You're clear to engage. Probably hostile. Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it. We're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones. Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't matter? He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah.
Así, yo sé que
You're not gonna let me
ya no se me hace tan complicado porque me acuerdo que en el Ace Combat 0, especialmente en el 0, cuando te impactaba un misil te bajaba casi el 70 o 69-70% de vida de un golpe. Y aquí te baja creo que el 40 a 43. Te voy a dejar que me impacte un misil para ver. Según yo sí te baja un poquito de vida. Si no mal recuerdo.
Don't ice up in there. Never mind, I'll make it quick. Feels like a brand new roller coaster
¿De
over
verdad?
here. I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just two more.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está?
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The
Vale,
ice
voy a
will
dejar que
melt.
suba un poquito.
Where'd he go?
Está.
When to go? Let's get through this without any
Bueno,
casualties.
ya se puso a tiro. Ah, lo dejamos para después.
Page 2,
Está
locked.
probado.
Page 2, box 2.
No, la verdad. Son bastante ágiles esas cosas.
Column 3, box 2. Enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger.
Adiós.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB. No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know.
Mi padre
Maybe
se
the
ve.
bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
Ahora que lo veo así, este color me recuerda a los de...
No point arguing. That's how
a
war is
los
these days.
A10 que salieron en la película de Resident Evil Infierno. Que acaban con los Tyrant al final. Ya ven que así se ve de este color y más o menos así se veían sus armas cuando salieron en la película. Muy bien, una misión más.
You've given.
Antes de irnos vamos a ver qué podemos comprar en la rama de aviones. Hay un logro por desbloquear todo y ¿cómo se llama? A ver. No, si no, lo checan en el siguiente capítulo. Hasta la próxima.